Okay, let's review the arrangement for this song a little bit. We have the intro, and then the verse starts right away, the vocals. We play that riff 2 times. And then we have the melody 1 time, 2 times of the verse riff, and then the melody 2 times, and then we're into the chorus. After the first chorus, we're going to play the verse riff 2 times before the next verse starts. And then verse 2 is the same as verse 1. Then we're into the second chorus, which is the same as the first chorus, so there's nothing new to learn there. And then coming out of the second chorus, we're going to play the verse riff 2 times again. So there's nothing new to learn there either. So now we're going to be into the solo. So why don't I play through the solo and then we'll break it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so a lot of octave shapes here. First of all, the thing that's interesting here is on the downbeat of 1, we just do a slide. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we come in on 2, actually, with this octave shape. Now, the first octave shape we're going to play will be the notes G on the 10th fret of the A string and another G on the 12th fret of the G string. So as I play that octave shape, I have to somehow stop the other strings from ringing. That's the trick. And the way I do this is my first finger lightly touches the low E string, so I don't hear the low E string. And then I hear the A string. I want that note. First finger also lightly touches the D string, so we don't hear that D string. That's going to be muted as well. Then we have the G string. We want that. And then the back of my first finger mutes the B and the high E string, so those don't ring. Because I'm going to strum 16th notes with the right hand. We're just going to keep this 1E end, a 2E end, a 3E end, a 4E end. We're just going to keep that rhythm going with the right hand, and we want to just strum. We don't want to have to worry about which strings to hit. I'm going to just strum all of the strings while I mute the unwanted strings with my left hand. So that could take some getting used to, but once you do that, then you can play the solo. So we're going to start off with this G octave shape. And then we're going to go up to G sharp, the 11th fret. And then we're going to slide all the way up to the 15th fret, which will be the note C, all the while maintaining that same octave shape. From the 15th fret, we're going to go back to the 13th fret. That note will be B flat. Then I'm going to go back to G on the 10th fret, up to G sharp on the 11th fret. Now let me put all that in context for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this melody is mimicking the melody that we learned earlier that came in the verse. If you remember that melody. So if you get that verse melody in your head, it's pretty easy to follow the melody with the octave shapes. So once again, here's what we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I said earlier, with the right hand, I'm pretty much just strumming 16th notes, just 1E end, a 2E end, just down, up all the time. And we start in with the slide on 1. So the first octave shape we play is on the downbeat of 2. So one more time, here's what we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next idea sounds like this. Okay, very similar, but we're going to start off on the note F. So we're on the 8th fret now of the A, 10th fret of the G. slide up a full step to G, half step to G sharp, up to C, 15th fret, back down to B flat, 13th fret, and then G on the 10th fret, to G sharp on the 11th fret. Okay, so that second section of the solo sounds like this. And we repeat that twice. So let me go back and put together everything we've done so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're up to the last phrase of the solo, and it ends like this. Okay, so I start off on F. This is going to be on the 8th fret of the A, along with the 10th fret of the G. Still playing octaves. The whole solo we play octaves. Moving up to G, up a full step to the 10th fret. Up to G sharp, so up a half step now to the 11th fret. And the last phrase, we play C on the 15th fret, back to B flat on the 13th fret, and then back to C again on the 15th fret. And we're going to strum this for 6 beats. 4 hits is 1 beat. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. That's how I count. So we're going to count 6 beats, and on the downbeat of 7, we're going to stop. So it's going to be 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 5 E and a, 6 E and a, stop. So let's put all that together. Here's the last section of the solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's go back and try and put all this together. Now, this is a straight 16th note rhythm with the right hand. I think the only exception to that is the very first chord that we hit is going to be on the G, on the 10th fret. And as I slide into the G sharp on the 11th, it takes me about an 8th note to get to that next G sharp. So, it's not an exact science, but I'm pretty much going down, slide up, and then I start those 16th notes. Okay? So here's the whole solo now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the solo.